Yes.
Oh, I need to roll.
Yes. Oh yeah, we got to do this.
The only problem is that it's required, so you need to change the size of your page.
I was just saying, change the size of the screen.
Oh, you got one. Okay, I found it.
Hey, Zane,
I have a
are you okay here if I go to the bathroom? I can trust you, you're right.
Oh, yeah.
I just want to make sure he has independence.
Yes.
Yes.
Yeah.
It's a good size, and it fits the screen.
Read that.
Exciting.
Exactly. Yeah. This one works. Yes. If it works for hours, that's what
When we're in there, I don't see why we don't do it.
Well, Dina Rowan, I'm gonna need somebody here to help log in through the email I sent out. In order to present
Okay.
Excel.
There's always usually music going on over there, right?
Computers, so we'll just need power to this. Send it to this, so I have power to this. It's gonna email to you. Yes, we do it. Oh, yeah, this computer is not open, so you can log in your email on this. Sorry, sir.
Sorry, guys, we're having some technical issues right now. Just stand by. Thanks, everyone.
had to stream. Okay.
Yeah, I think at this point we'll just.
Where it is? Telling me? Huh? That's what we're trying to find. We're trying to find.
Should we move the screen back? No. Yeah. Yeah. It was fine. Yeah, there we go. Oh, there it is.
Those people. You're not there. I can totally do it. So I can't. One time. Oh, this conversation up here and I are having.
I wonder if we should.
It just glitched out for a minute.
Just tell you we have done that before, but today was actually an accident. So one guy that worked if we do that really, so one day I noticed she had like a seawater Johnson. And then I started to where that job is. There's no word to say the price. There's a black and red shirts on and the races sign shirt with it. It was not. You guys hear me? It was clear. Here's around 11 minutes. Hold it close to my mouth. I think we're gonna get started. My name is Kennedy. I'm going to be your MC for this afternoon. I'm going to pre-apologize for anything I mispronounced because sometimes I forget how to read or I get nervous. So, in the spirit of DEAM, we hope you are able to be inspired, learn and ask questions about entrepreneurship and how everyone is capable of starting and running a successful business. Before we get started, I would like to do a round acknowledgement. So we acknowledge the Treaty 7 territory, the traditional and ancestral territory of the Blackfoot Confederacy, Kainai, Pekini, and Siksika, as well as the Tsuut'ina Nation and Stoney Nakoda First Nation. We acknowledge that this territory is home to the Métis Nation of Alberta, Region 3, within historical Northwest Métis homeland. We acknowledge that many First Nations, Métis and Inuit, who have lived in and cared for these lands for generations. We are grateful for the traditional knowledge keepers and elders who are with us today and those who have gone before us. We make this acknowledgement as an act of reconciliation and gratitude towards those to whose territory we reside in or are visiting on. Some minor housekeeping, I would like to let you guys know we have exits at the back. We have a big exit here, and then the bathrooms are just kind of behind this food court behind us. We also have our incredible pop-up market. I'm sure you guys have all seen. Christmas is coming. Get those stocking stuffers now. And we are also still taking nominations for the DEAM Inclusive Employer. So we have this long nails QR code hanging around so you guys can scan it and you can nominate any inclusive employers you may know. And those are going to be in by the 15th of October. And now for the exciting part, because I don't get to talk all day, I've been told. I would like to invite Sergio for Momentum to start off our workshops with the ABCs of starting a business.
Good afternoon, and thank you very much for having me here. Let's start with a particular approach. Start with a question from me to you. Do you think that good ideas are like the airplanes? They need wings to fly. Would you agree with it? Yeah? Yeah? We create the dreams, yes, and then we let it fly. But I want that thing, that airplane, needs to land. Yes? So there's another component when you run a business that is dealing with reality. So the landing gear in this particular case might be the financial, might be the marketing, all those elements that will help you to run a successful business. You might also consider your health, your emotional health, because running a business is not an easy task. Yeah, it is not. Many times people will ask me, can you define what is entrepreneurship? What it means to be a business owner? We could use a whole bunch of definitions. But based on the experience that I have in working with small businesses for the last 30 years, I can tell you that running a business is a matter of taking decisions. You have to take decisions. And what is interesting is that some people will say, I will not take that decision. You have already taken the decision of doing nothing, and that will have consequences anyway. So when you run a business, you can't avoid that there will be consequences. And good decisions might lead to a multiplier effect in your business. Yes, but decisions might have a collateral damage. Okay? So I believe, to summarize everything, that running a business is a matter of taking decisions. You have to take a decision. Okay? That is unavoidable. It's part of your journey as a business owner. What other things are relevant to consider when you plan to start a business, when you plan to be your own boss? It is the way you handle your personal finances. I can tell you based on the reality that I was able to see. It will mirror the way you're going to handle your business finances. So a suggestion that I always, a very respectful suggestion, of course, because I don't want to give recipes here. Just talking based on the facts that I came across through all these years. Okay, I'm not a scholarship that will come up with theories here and test those. No, I'm just telling you things that came to me through the experience with real people. Look after your personal finances. Check what is going on with your own personal finances. Don't be afraid. It's better just to pull your credit report a couple times a year, find out, am I doing it well? And if you come across something, then you take a decision to sort it out. Yeah? Nowadays, with as a result of the pandemic and everything can be conducted online. So there's a lot of banks that are offering for free service. So you can pull your own credit. Find out what is going on. Do I have to take any action? So please don't forget that you need to take care of your own personal finances before planning to start another business. Why? Another thing that I found quite interesting when you're planning to enter into this mode of planning a business is you want a business or you want an activity that renders some results. Yes? Because otherwise, you will end up with an expensive hobby. And expensive hobbies, you can call it a business. But if it doesn't generate something for you besides the satisfaction of performing X or Y activity, then it will start draining your own personal bank account. Suddenly, besides the rent, that it was 500 or 600, besides the utilities, besides the budget or the groceries, suddenly you have added another one, another expense, your hobby. You might be able to maintain that hobby up to a certain point. Okay? So be careful with that too. If you really want to take this step forward, put numbers behind, start thinking about, okay, what is exactly that I do? How long does it take me to do this? Is there any people who will be interested in paying for what am I doing? Where can I find these people? So those are the most critical aspects that we need to take into account when we start a business. Another quite relevant aspect that you should take into account in planning to start a little business is the regulations. What regulations are in place? I'm going to use some few examples, real examples. Business owner who came to our programs, I work for Momentum, she was planning to open a daycare. Okay? Found a nice place, rented very quickly, and then started doing, the steps, the necessary steps that you have to start when you plan to initiate a business. So an inspector came from the city of Calgary, did the inspection, and ended up saying in the report, this place is not suitable for a daycare. Our participant was, very upset and said, what do you mean by that? The place is new. It was just finished 2 months ago, and it happened to be me, the one who's going to be the first tenant. Said, yeah, everything is new, everything is okay, but the painting that the doors have are not the ones that we need. They have to be fireproof and things like that. And you are going to run a daycare here. All right, okay. How much is going to cost? I'm just putting numbers here. Don't quote on the numbers with me. Oh, it's going to cost more or less $10,000. $10,000. I got already a loan to do this. And I didn't factor the $10,000 that it's going to cost me to upgrade this place up to the necessary standards. How am I going to do that? Where can I get the money? Thanks to God, there was in between there was a process of negotiation with the landlord, and the landlord decided, okay, let's do one thing. I go with 5 and you go with another 5. And in the next 3 months, I'm going to reduce your rent X amount, so I can cover you for the $5,000 that you're going to put up front. All right, fine. But this is an example of how relevant it is to make sure that you do understand the regulations. Yeah? They do play a big role, and believe it or not, those regulations could be extremely expensive, and you can get hit, financially speaking, in your cash flow. Yeah? Don't forget about the regulations. Another example about regulations: the person is an immigrant. It has all the certifications in place, the experience in place. The family used to run similar business back home. So here's a fellow who holds, not only the technical requirements, but also the experience to run that type of business. It was about soap making. When he was asked, he was working on a business plan. Where is that you're planning to start this particular business? Oh, I'm going to do it in the basement, the house that I rent. And here's a letter that I have from my landlord. The landlord is giving me permission to run my business from the basement. Have you checked the regulations of the city of Calgary? No, not yet. It would be good if you start doing that before building up your numbers. So the person decided to move forward, apply for a loan, he got the loan, and then when found out that the city of Calgary, because of the processes that this factory was going to use, does not allow such a business to be run in a residential area. You have to rent a place. All right. Suddenly, the startup cost that this person calculated among $40,000 to start the business from scratch. Now, just the rent in an industrial area, it was going to be $30,000 upfront. Why? Because $10,000 for the first month, $10,000 damage deposit, and $10,000 the last month. So $30,000 just to cover the rent. Regulations. I believe one of the most critical is that do your own research, find out before it's too late. Because once you get the loan to start your business, for example, you can't go back to the bank and say, I'm sorry, I forgot to factor this. I need this thing to be included. It won't work. Another aspect that we need to be careful with if we're going to start a business, whatever the activity is, check your costs. How much does it cost to do whatever you plan to do? It is important. Why? Because if you rent, let's say, a place and you want to open, just giving you another example, a coffee shop, okay? You cannot go to your landlord and say, I'm sorry, this month's sales were not so good. Why don't we escape this month and next month we arrange this? It doesn't work. The reality is not. The landlord said, well, that's your problem. You pay me the rent, you sign an agreement with me. Yeah? So it's important to know how much it costs. Don't forget about that. So we have a few things now in mind. Yes? I believe now it's the turn for you guys to ask questions. No questions? Seems like you want to ask something. No? I'm sorry, I like just to make it active because otherwise I would be the only one who would talk. Clearly, I'm not in love with my boss. Yes, please. Can we put this in? How far it goes? Yes. Awesome. Sorry.
Thank you. My question is that any way that you can start a small business without taking a loan?
Excellent question. Excellent. To start out your answer, I would say that money is not everything in life. Yeah? But reality is proving that it represents 98% of whatever we do. yes, you can start a business without a loan. If you have some savings, why not? If for some reason you find out that government of Alberta is, having grants for a particular type of business, why not? Yeah, it can be done. And I like your question about the loan. And again, I'm going to use this example. Okay, I got a participant who came and said, I'm planning to open a new location, and for that I will need a loan. The loan is key for me. But can we see your statements, your financial statements? Yeah, can you show it to me? Here's my financial statement. So I go to the financial statements and I find out things. In accounts receivable, what it means people that owns money to you. You're telling me that you need $10,000 as a loan, but I can see that you have in this particular item $30,000. So tell me, how old are these accounts? Oh, I left some products in consignation, and some clients are paying me bit by bit. Yeah, but how old are they? Oh, these are 3-4 years old. So that means that we won't be able to collect lots of that money. No, we won't. So it doesn't matter if you need $10,000. I can give you the $10,000. We can consider that application. But it won't solve the problem. Because you want to use the money to solve an effect, not to solve the problem, the roots of the problem. Yes? And money, the loan is just a tool, nothing else. It won't fix everything, I can assure you. On the contrary, if you're using a loan to solve out a short-term problem, in medium term, it will aggravate your situation. Okay. So yes, you can start a business without having a loan, but you just make sure that you're getting the right price too, because you don't want to give it away. Yes? Any other questions? Yes, please.
Is there a website to go to find all the information you would need to set up a business?
Yes, there are 3 organizations in Calgary that they have wonderful web pages. One is the BEC, Bank of Development Canada. I invite you guys to go there. The other one is Business Link. It's another great source of information. Another one is Alberta Small Business.ca. You can find tons of information there. Not only information, but also tools that you might be able to adapt to your own business activity. And of course, Momentum, we have a program which is called Local Economy. And the idea is to support people who want to start business. Okay? So we have 2 programs that are longer programs called self-employment programs. And we have one, if you're at the stage of exploring an idea, you want to explore an idea, it's called the Business Feasibility Study. Eric is aware of that. So we help you there at that point to explore how feasible is this idea. Yeah? And then you can take the decision to move forward, to apply for a program with us, or to start developing by yourself the business plan that you are considering. Yeah. No more questions?
With this wire. Thank you, Sergio. I mark it. If you guys have any more questions or need any more information, I'm sure they'll be there to answer those for you. We are going to take a break. So at 2:30, I'll invite you guys back. We have another presentation to come. So So make sure there's coffee out there if you guys would like to have some. Check out the market. A reminder that Regrub also has a special milkshake that if you purchase it, all the proceeds will go to a DEAM non-for-profit. So enjoy your break, and we'll see you guys back at about 2:30.
Which we can't do.
Okay, so we're just gonna take a break, everyone. We'll be back at 2:30. And